Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. My name is Mark Johnson, and I'm here today to deliver another movie review. The movie I'll be reviewing today is The Pale Blue Eye. It is a 2022 film release through Netflix and in select theaters. It is directed by Scott Cooper and is written by Scott Cooper, based on the novel by Lewis Bayard. A world-weary detective is hired to investigate a murder of a West Point cadet. Stymied by the cadets' code of silence, he enlists one of their own to help unravel the case. A young man the world will come to know as Edgar Allan Poe. As we start this film, we introduce to our main character, and his name is Augustus Landor, and he's a world-renowned detective. He seemingly is in semi-retirement, as when we meet him, he is at his home. And staff from the West Point University come to his house to enlist him in the solving of a murder that happened on their campus of a cadet. And he's a little hesitant at first, but as he sees there's really no other way for him to deal with this, he goes back to the campus with the staff. They, in a sense, unveil the murder mystery to them of a cadet who was hung, and at the same time his heart was taken from his body, which is in a sense a gruesome kind of a scene, if you can imagine that. And so at that point, Landor kind of digs a little deeper. He's asking him a few more questions, and at a certain point he finds out that this could be possibly a murder. And as the cadets on campus are not really saying much when he asks them questions or tries to dig deeper, the code of silence between them is pretty thick. Landor enlists secretly the services of another cadet, and this cadet is Edgar Allan Poe, a young Edgar Allan Poe. Even at that time, he's interested in literature. He's talking about poems. He even compares the murder itself and the stealing of the heart to literature that he's read, religious or non-religious. And at that point, Landor sees that he could use this guy to be someone who could help him undercover, in a sense, to solve this murder. As the story progresses from there, we see that the bond between Landor and Edgar Allan Poe is building, because they are, in a sense, bonding over the fact that they are trying to solve this murder together, and the little bits of information that they're drawing out, in a sense, makes them closer. We also find out that both Landor and Edgar Allan Poe have some backstory that really makes them much more of an interesting character as the story goes along. In a sense, for Edgar Allan Poe, it's his anger that kind of comes out. For Landor, it's his daughter. Something's happened with his daughter that we don't know at that point, but as the story progresses, it's unveiled. We also find out that there are things that are going on the campus of West Point that even the higher-ups are not necessarily so clear what's going on, and maybe they brush it to the side, but it's something that they should be taking into account, but they haven't been. And so as the story progresses, we get deeper and deeper into this slow-moving crime drama or crime horror thriller. The movie is 2 hours and 8 minutes long, so we have a little bit of process there, and it helps us as viewers get further engaged in the characters and the story, and also it helps the story be able to move at a pace that keeps us engaged. I won't go much more than that, because there is some twists and turns that, if I reveal too much, may tip you off, and there's no spoilers here. So, for my review of The Pale Blue Eye, a 2022 film released through Netflix and in some theaters, I'm giving this film a solid 3.5. I felt that there was elements that kept me engaged. I think the setting itself, wintertime, and then we got this slow-moving horror crime drama, was definitely something that kept me engaged, throughout the film. I think there are other elements that also let me down. I think some of the twists and turns within the film seemed a little bit, off. I just didn't really get it. I also felt that the acting performances were strong. I liked Christian Bale. in this film. I think also the guy that played Edgar Allan Poe had a strong performance, Harry Melling. He did a great job. I also think that, as you'll watch the film, you'll see other well-known actors or actresses within the film, like Gillian Anderson is in here, Robert Duvall's in this movie, and it just makes for a very solid film. It's not very I wouldn't say it's outstanding. It's something you gotta see, but I felt that there was a strong enough film that it drew me to it with the trailers that I saw, and so I was glad to watch this film. So that has been my review for The Pale Blue Eye, a 2022 film release through Netflix. It is directed by Scott Cooper. It is written by Scott Cooper, based on the novel by Lewis Baird. So if you like this review, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing with the channel because you watch other reviews or other content, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to leave a comment about what you felt about this film or suggest a film that I watch and review on this channel, make sure to leave all of that in the comment box below. And then lastly, if you don't want to miss any of my upcoming reviews or other content, make sure to, and that way you will be notified. So again, that has been my review for The Pale Blue Eye, a 2022 film release through Netflix. And so yeah, thank you for stopping in. I really appreciate you watching my video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And like we always do this time, have a blessed day. I will see you on the flip side. Let's go.